The Endorheic Lake. Endorheic. Seemed to be a crater nearby, or a volcano. Actually, I only looked at it right when I was going in. Let's see. Endorheic. An endorheic basin is a limited drainage basin that normally retains water and allows no outflow to other external bodies of water, such as rivers or oceans, but converges instead into lakes or swamps, permanent or seasonal, that equilibrate through evaporation. That's not a word. That's a word I could have learned when I took hydrogeology, but did not. Either never learned or didn't retain. Gotcha. Yeah, the way it was framed and like it sounded just sciencey enough that I was like, I think this might be a term and not a name. It's like because it could have been the name of the place, but no, it's actually the type of lake I suspected. So basically, it refers to a body of water where water kind of comes here and coalesces here, but doesn't go anywhere, and so it only maintains its water level by evaporating, which means it brings sediments and objects to this location, and those objects and sediments and chemicals and so on don't have a way of leaving because they don't go with the water when it evaporates in many cases. Just saying, maybe don't drink it. Red vines creep over the statue's antelope skull like a coating of dried gore. Is that a... That's not a statue, right? That's like a worm. Yeah. Yeah, this is the antelope skull down here. And here's the antlers. And it looks like one of those worm things we keep getting hinted at the suggestion of like it's the existence of, and people use for food and so on in certain places. It looks like it probably impaled itself on the antlers. Or something else happened like along those lines. Looks like a small fishing boat, a strange thing to see in this bone-dry, petrified terrain. Underneath the filth and corrosion, the gleam of copper is still faintly visible on this vast structure.
I wonder what this used to be.
No part of the old fort has been left unscathed. The Bossfeld forest. They took an entire forest out. The trees just stop here, it looks like. Bordered by a red crystal and moss. The War of the Worlds, like blood vein moss. This looks like it used to be an impenetrable fortress, but time and nature have breached its defenses. What are these structures? It looks like the red ones from up here. Why are those ones red? Petrified foliage. These strange rust-red plants are as hard as bone. Huh. So these are apparently trees or plants or something, and they become petrified, and for some reason the ones up there are green, are red. I don't know why I keep saying green. I guess they're red because the stuff's growing on it or something. Ancient trees have uprooted the foundations of the fort. The fort's so old that there's ancient trees that themselves are long old. The walls of the fort are collapsing under the weight of the years. These trees are a trip. Can I come over here? Doesn't seem like it. No, I don't see anything to do around here. There just is up here a new area.
Bridge is structurally sound.
Huge calcified plants with razor-sharp points jut from the ground, looking like bloody teeth in the mouth of a predator. When people talk about stuff being petrified or calcified or basically turned to stone in various ways, usually engages, it's usually a process called permineralization. Permineralization. I stop and pronounce that properly or people are gonna not be able to Google what I'm saying. It's just the word per before mineralization. Or the prefix per, I guess. But essentially, bit by bit, individual pieces of the structure on a molecular level are replaced by different molecules, is I guess one way to put it. Either via the original contents being like washed out or taken away or eaten away and then filled back in by something else in the process, or that part of the structure actually gets transformed into a different chemical composition. Like a reaction occurs that changes its structure into that particular part of it, becomes a different chemical essentially. So that kind of can lead this gradual transformation. Not the most, like, not the most perfect explanation of the idea, but I didn't really have like a prepared speech or anything.
Battery recharging.
The bridge has been reclaimed by vines. It looks sturdy enough. Well, that is a trip. I get the feeling it's in pain. I also get the feeling something's gonna happen if I walk into this light. The hulking beast lies shackled to a rusted machine. Its flesh looks petrified, like the surrounding plants. It's getting petrified? I mean, yeah. You say flesh. Does it have flesh? It almost looks like, in a way, akin to some of the other creatures we've seen around here, like the people. It looks like an animated skeleton. It looks like just like it's a bunch of bones that are somehow still moving. What's the deal with this thing?
Terminal still works.
A heap of twisted metal, dead screens, and tangled wires corrodes in the strangely colored mist. Boss, genetic markers not detected. Access denied. Ah, it's a scanner. It's trying to determine whether or not I am boss. To determine whether or not I'm allowed to be here. And then go along this... Okay.
Poor creature.
My access isn't that denied. Just that, it's just the terminal over there. Beyond the shifting mists and ossified vines, the chasm yawns into endless blackness. The bass should be long gone, so like this creature has potentially been stuck here, straining against restraints for an eternity. This game really does give off a series of like, I have no mouth and I must scream vibes. I really gotta get around to covering that game sometime. I have read the short story. A gigantic statue of a creature of some sort watches over the chasm with empty eyes. If you can find the audio book reading of "I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream," it's pretty short, and it's voice acted by the author, and he injects a lot of emotion into the reading, and you don't have to worry about whether or not it's the intended read or not, 'cause it's the author. So that's definitely the emotions he's going for, and he's actually pretty good at it. So it's actually a really engaging listen. It's probably as long as this video, or shorter, I don't remember. The stuff looks ready to collapse at any minute. The entrance to the cavern is protected by what looks to be some kind of force field.
Nah. Mm-mm.
It does seem like my skull is not sufficient indication of DNA. Who can fix my shit? The Clemens Urn Field. Is this gonna be what I think it's gonna be? I hear urns and I kind of think ashes. Oh, these seem like they might be natural urns. Nope, nope. That's how the crater and thought, oh, maybe they're like a naturally formed stuff that they call urns. Nope. These are definitely graves. Yep, now that I'm close enough to them, the names are popping up. So there's marked graves where they probably buried all these urns. Going by how it's been so far, this is probably not a place where anything happens. I'll take a look around to see if I see an item pickup or something, but I think usually these are just essentially supporter credits. There's not even necessarily a piece of... oh, maybe a piece of gold? A gold nomad. There's a lot of these.
Definitely just ate a bug.
I don't think you ate a bug. I mean, I could be wrong, but this doesn't seem like a place where a lot of... Big D. This doesn't seem like a place where a lot of bugs are surviving. Instead, it seems more like a place where you just ate some floating ash or, you know, volcanic glass. The fun words. Has this guy received an update yet? Seemed like it would take a while, but...
I've been waiting for you. The bones shook when you landed.
I secured a trade deal for you.
Good news. I've secured a trade deal for you.
Perhaps this is the start of the new dawn of Bars. Until we meet again. Farewell, Wanderer.
Why, yes, I do feel kind of like an idiot whenever I reflexively read a line of dialogue outside. What am I gonna do with all this gold? I like to look at this menu when I need to think of people. Were any of you like a repairman or something? Can you help me out? I'm drawing a blank here. Wait. Right, this is like the way in.
Can we MacGyver our way out of this mess?
I'm a little sad that I might never see those robots again. Those are kind of fun characters, but they were like a brief little aside. I'm gonna just throw everything I can at this guy. Because I'm at a dead end and I need help here. I'm hoping that if I just throw more things at this guy, he'll react to some of them usefully.
Begin scan. This is beyond astonishing. On second thought, Kush would scan.
It's garbage.
Begins. But Kush is disgusted that you would place this dirty thing anywhere near the sensor equipment. Kush hopes that you do not breed. Ending this waste of time scan.
Such a friendly AI.
Begin scan. Kush has already scanned this item. Do you not remember the beautiful tale that Kush related? Lebanon, the garden. Not ringing a bell? No. End scan. Begin scan. An exotic viscomitrellopatens containing a silicon-based glycosyl transferase. This haploid spore cluster has been modified at a cellular level to retain encoded information. Kush can recommend over 500 salad combinations and recipes using this organic edible. End scan.
It's full of vibrant, useful information. Cook it.
Begin scan. This is miraculous. Thank you kindly for placing this detritus in proximity to the scanning circuitry. Maybe Kush is projecting. End scan.
Maybe he's projecting. Upgrades for my ship probably don't matter. He didn't care about this, did he? Didn't I try this?
Begin. Wondrous. Could it be? Oh, wait. It is just filthy junk. Kush does not consider you a vulture. You would be something the vulture would eat. Scan done.
He's not very nice. This thing's important. This is broken.
Begin. Very, very, very interesting. The dregs of a washerwoman would smell sweeter. Kush would like to confirm that your inferiority complex is fully justified. Ending this waste of time scan.
Your inferiority complex is fully justified. Alright, clearly I need to review the story he told me. Because he doesn't respond to most things with unique dialogue, he just cycles through insults. So that story was important. This is the knowledge slave part. Oops. Crap, I've talked to him so many times now, haven't I? Yeah. Yep. Kush humbly requests 5 minutes alone with this cube and its intricate circuitry. Kush has only ever seen this technological footprint once before. Lebanon provided Kush with a device for analysis. Kush advised the Agnet how to activate it. Lebanon integrated his own power core with the device, and he was able to activate for a brief second. That second was enough to transform the bone-dry courtyard into a beautiful garden. Lebanon would visit this paradise alone, always in secret, his power drained to a few ticks above zero. So, fusing with the device, okay. He just compared this thing to that. So maybe I can mix this with this. Hello. The device is almost fixed. You were talked about. That visual's getting crazy. The device is ready to terraform. Oh shit. At long last, success. I made a mess of that, didn't I? I'm continually unsure whether the difficulty of putting two together in this game is me, or the game, or both. Probably both. But I have my fair share of moments where I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, game? Okay, now I should be able to talk to characters back home. Definitely got some mixed feelings, because I definitely kind of feel bad for the moss. And I'm not sure that Anna is going to be... Nope, not non-bell, no, witherbug. I should turn my gold in. I don't really think that Anna wants a good future for the moss either. Which is kind of a bummer. At first it seemed like there was two warring factions in the forms of two AI nodes. Then it seemed like there was three factions, which was the three AI nodes versus the memory of their creator. Then it seemed like there was two factions, which was both AI nodes together versus the creator, as they united against the threat of her. And then once again, three factions, once we realized that the moss may be a completely discrete third faction that neither of them would side with either. So I had 8. Now I've got 11. Those are worth 2 and 1. You have anything new yet?
Oh, my sweet.
Let's see what you got.
Welcome back. Are you looking to trade? Remember that one time I stole a wallet from a sleeping person? I'm so great. Alright, back to it. Portable device here. At this point, it seems unlikely.
I feel for them. I really do. They're broken, eh? They just want to feel whole again. I know they seem hard, but it's because they just miss being a family.
They also want to devour the planet, maybe? So, Dawn. I get you're projecting a little bit, but calm down. I was just gonna say that I think the inventory... I think it was unreasonable that you'd ever fill that inventory grid with items. So I think they made it so big just so you can kind of try to sort things to meaningfully keep track of them all.
I know they do, but I'm worried if we help them join together again, it won't be enough for them.
Together they'll help each other out. They're hurting because of the split. Give them the biome seeding device. I know how they feel. Sometimes you just need your family. And if you don't have that, you lash out. They will help each other.
I think you might be letting your personal feelings get in the way here.
Yeah, maybe, eh? But I know how they feel. I know we can help them.
I'll do the rounds. I'm curious to see if everyone has something to say now that I have it. Definitely quick save before I talk to anyone in case the game interprets that as me, like, wanting to side with that person. Really, still.
Control. Come in.
She really does just run out of dialogue. Let's just go. The nest has already made their point and damned themselves for it. Surprised you can't talk to the doctor more. She's kind of became a receptacle of, like, put the save me item here or the kill me item here. Either button, go for it. This time Pooch didn't have any opinions.
Scanning for noxious fumes.
No.
A billion spores rejoice at your return. Soon the thrashing fluids inside our turgid sex will be still. We will contain the spread of the nest and cease the absorption. Thank you, Mark Leslie. You have given us a future.
Thank you. I hope you can find some small measure of peace after all this.
We will try, Mark Leslie. We will try. You may collect your payment at the old nest reactor.
Well, that's a bit hardcore. They've been fully wiped out. Oh, hey. The crater lives. It's it's veritably verdant.